Let's go live with it. Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah. Are we
Oh,
recording?
yo.
So we live with the shit.
In the house.
We are the Black Journal, nigga. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're finally back with the third episode. It's not audio anymore. You actually can see our faces and who's actually talking shit. Obviously, if you want to call us handsome or ugly, that's based on your perception. We're kings in this bitch. So therefore, introducing the first member of the Black Journal, I'm your boy, Mally Mal. Though, holla at you, boy. Go ahead, take it off, my boy D.
Yo, it's Damien here. Black Journal. Third episode. We coming to y'all with the flame, with the heat. Let's get it. Is Nation in here?
He's actually, I think he lagged out again. Let me see if we can get him back again real quick. Um, well, until then, Damien, go ahead and kick it off. You know what I'm saying? Due to my man's having difficulties with the technical.
Yeah, having technical difficulties, but we coming to y'all today. We're gonna be discussing the presidential debates. You know, we're going back to what we talked about last week. Do Black Americans need their own political party, or do we need to keep supporting the Democrats and the Republicans? What's the deal? What's the deal, Mally Man?
So right now, just based off because if people have been living under a rock, maybe including myself, because will I will say that I haven't watched the debate, but obviously I watched the highlights of it. It was pretty much hold on, wait a minute, let me. Oh, okay. So pretty much when it comes down to that, it's like this. You know what I mean? It's like It's like the debate was pretty much like your older uncles arguing about who makes the best barbecue. That was
Right.
pretty much the whole basis of like what I've gotten from the highlights of it. Because of course I went back and watched some of it. It's very cringeworthy because it's like it got to a point to where the presidential debate is not about politics anymore. It's about who can talk the most shit. If that's the case, y'all should have just went on Wild and Out
That
with
106 in
Nick
Park.
Cannon
That's
or
what I was
106 in Park and started having a battle rap or something. Trump versus Biden battle rap URL, Young DeMarco, all that other shit. But in all seriousness, it's just getting to a point to where it's like our feelings are being played with. It's being annoying. It's getting to a point to where it's like we have to start either working within the system to delete the system. I mean, a complete just 360 of a transmission flush of the whole Democratic and Republican parties because it's already been corrupt. Or like we stated in our last episode on Spotify, by the way, the Black Journal episode 2, it's on Spotify.
out.
Um, we pretty much was actually, and my boy is back. Damn, are
Go
you
ahead and introduce
here?
yourself.
Go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
Once again, sorry for the delay.
No
Telling
worries.
you, it's some hard work, bro. It's
No
some
worries,
hard
bro.
work going
No
on right
worries.
now. But without further ado, my name is Nation Domination or Trey Hubbard. If you know my government name, this is the Black Journal. Now you can see our faces. My boy Mally said, episode 3, and we back. Let's get it.
You already know. So my man's is back. So I'm saying, the trio is back. So it was supposed to be a fourth, but obviously, due to certain discrepancies, we won't talk about that on camera. Um, Anyways, so back to the discussion at hand, Damien. Go ahead and reiterate the question again so we can get my boy Nation filled in on what we are talking about.
So we're gonna take it back to last week. After watching these presidential debates last night, what do you believe we should do, Nation Nomination? Should we continue to support the Republican and Democratic Party, or should we go ahead and do what we've been needing to do for all these years, create our own political party? How would that benefit Black America? This is Black Journal, the state of Black America. So what is the state of Black America under the Democrats? What is the state of Black America under the Republicans? What would the state of Black America be if Black America was controlling Black America? You feel me? Oh man,
Mm,
he tuned out. Well, look, I want to give a shout out to the NFAC. They're about to be in Lafayette, Louisiana tomorrow. They're gonna turn up. Congressman Clay Higgins. He went ahead and threatened the leader of the NFAC, and they pulling up. They pulling up, guns and all, for that apology. From what I've seen, Congressman Clay Higgins is gonna be there. He's gonna publicly apologize to all the Black men and women who follow Grandmaster Jay. So I think that's gonna be great. Back to
mm-hmm.
the topic though, watching these two grown men fight. Mind you, these are the upper echelons of power. This is
Right.
power, and we're seeing these two powerful people. Joe Biden been in politics for like 50 years, if not more, and he's over here arguing with the president of the United States. They just going back and forth like it's wild now. They just going crazy. So
Right.
watching that as a young Black man today in America, I'm just seeing like, man, like there's no leadership. We lacking in leadership from the white community. So I don't believe that we should give them our vote, and I don't believe that we should give them our support because number one, you got a president who can't come out and sign no executive orders. We have a Congress who won't come out and condemn what's going on for Black Americans. The
At
systemic
all. At fucking
systemic
all.
killings, the systemic killings by police. You got just 30, 40 years ago we was going through Jim Crow. So it's one of those things now where, they're coming to us and they're making us believe that, they got the answers. And I'm looking at how they were talking to each other yesterday and they don't have the answers, yo. I'm like, Kanye,
You
you don't
don't
have
have the
the
answer,
answers.
Sway.
You don't have the answers, Trump. You don't have the answers, Biden. You feel me?
None of them
So
niggas do, man.
nah, period. And
Dude.
the thing about it is if Black America was to come together and be an independent political party, we would have enough juice, to condemn both sides of these people. We could say, you know what, we're not throwing our support behind you, Democrats, because y'all haven't offered nothing to our community. Politics is based on quid pro quo. That means that everybody gets something. That means that you get something for your vote. What is Black America getting for our vote? I haven't I haven't seen the Democrats who we've been historically voting for all these years. I haven't seen them come out and give us and say they're gonna do anything.
Right.
Um, the Republicans, they came out with the Platinum Plan. The Platinum Plan is a plan for for Black America, $500 billion in investment, money, 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 money. They're gonna trickle that down, sprinkle it on us. But in reality, it's one of those things where it's like, I believe that we're supposed to do for ourselves as a community, as a people, as a race. So until we come together as Africans and we start supporting one another and we start doing what we have to do for the race, you feel me, for all the Black communities inside of America, until we start coming together and protecting our communities, communal policing, till we start coming together and, making sure we got district attorneys, judges,
Mm-hmm.
all the courts is controlled by our people in our communities respectively. I don't want to support these people who come to us every 4 years talking about this, talking about that, talking about this, just trying to get our vote. We are the largest ethnic group in America. We can't be deported. The only place we could go to is prison. So now you see the mass incarceration. When
Mm-hmm.
you a felon, when you go to prison, when you get out, you don't have the right to vote. So us voting Democrat, us voting Republican, is slashing our power in half. We should be voting as a block. If we're gonna support the Democrats, we need to all come out and support the Democrats as one people, as the Black America. If we're gonna support the Republicans, we need to come together as one whole group of people and support the Republicans. The Republicans and the Democrats, in my opinion, they're giving us the basic strategy of divide and conquer. They're saying Black America, these people is racist. They saying The Democrats are saying Black America, these people is racist. Well, look, how is either of that gonna help us
When
pull
it's
off the
divide,
we divided? You feel
it's
me?
divided. Like that's the whole point that my man Damien is trying to understand and trying to help you guys understand. You mean to tell me that just because I'm black, but I support a Democrat, I can't be in alliance with a black Republican because apparently we don't have the same ideals. So obviously, where does that divide end that? Is because the ideals are different. Y'all motherfuckers want to say that y'all for Black America, but y'all got your own agenda of how y'all want to push it instead of just coming together and just saying, you know what, fuck all this Republican Democrat shit, right? It doesn't matter. Let's just we the people. We select this nigga, he's gonna represent the people, and then that's it. But it's not like that. Oh, I'm the Republican delegate of this Congress, whatever. Or I'm the delegate of Democrat of this party. Y'all not even y'all already separating yourselves. You mean to tell me that it's all these House of Representatives, these congressmen that are Democrat, Republican? You mean to tell me that none of them think the same? Or
See, I feel like, they media is one thing. So they come out on the TV and we see the Democrats attacking the Republicans. But what we don't understand is all the Democrats and the Republicans, these are the same group of people. They're one ethnic group, Europeans. So what I'm saying is, regardless of, the little the little potentialities of them fighting and all that, at the end of the day, they're gonna
Mhm.
make sure that they sign that policy so that Europeans is winning. So when you look at Trump, you feel me? Trump banned Muslim majority countries. Well, one of those countries was Nigeria. Nigeria is the most populous black nation in the world. So,
Fact.
and then not on top of that, Nigerians is coming to this country, and Nigerians is making more money than white Americans, black
Mhm.
Americans, damn
Mhm.
near about to pass the Asian Americans. So, what's going on is you see white people, regardless of the wall and all that shit that they be fighting about, you see that they're using their power to attack our countries. Black
Exactly.
countries. You not letting black people come to America. This is a country of immigrants. But you got to understand, if more black people come into America, you feel me?
Mhm.
That's going to change the black Americans, the foundational black Americans. Me and you, we want to go to Africa, but we not from Africa. We from here. You feel me? So
Right.
we foundational. We got ancestors that were slaves. You feel me? We
Mhm.
have not had no law, no policy, no executive order. They never gave us the 40 acres and a meal. So what I'm
That's a
saying,
fact.
we're our net worth as a whole, or individually black Americans that are foundational, is about
Mhm.
$1,000. You feel me? Everybody got $1,000, less than $1,000. You feel me? Whereas your average white American, you know, they're making money on their stocks. They're making money on all this other stuff. If they lose their jobs, everybody lost their jobs, right? Who did it affect
Mhm.
the most? It affected Black America. Every Black Americans is unemployed right now. And if a Black American ain't unemployed, we working for 15, $16, and that's in California, bro. That's just not enough. You feel me?
That's
So
really not. That's fucking terrible. So
so what
nation. So when it comes down to let me just throw nation into this. So nation, when it comes down to even thinking that we should vote Democratic or Republican, what's your standpoint on that based on the of the debates that we have saw last night?
Neither. You
elaborate.
what you
Just
Neither.
said
go ahead
about
and
that is not
elaborate.
simple. Say there was nothing. There was nothing said about what they were going to do about the economy. There was really nothing said about what they're going to do about black people being killed
They
by cops or
trying to stop my
even
man's.
just police brutality as a whole. There was just enough for us to touch.
Well, you gotta understand, in my opinion, I feel
Uh,
like this country is made up
oh,
of
okay.
is
Am I good?
Yeah, he lagging a
Yo,
little bit.
yo, no, crazy.
Yeah, you here.
hey, come back in with your audio, but turn your video off, bro.
Go on.
Yeah, just do that.
Yo,
Just go ahead and do that and stuff.
So
Um
I think, it's important because it's important to understand that this nation, this federation of nations, is made up of, communities,
There we go.
and the community that's suffering the most at the hands of everybody, you feel me, is the black community. So
Hmm.
it's the president's job to protect the communities of this nation, but he's not doing that. We got democratic cities and states basically lynching niggas still, police running rampant in the streets, killing niggas, shooting niggas with their hands up, shooting niggas that's sleeping in the cars, busting in people's houses. Rest in peace, Breonna Taylor. They busted in her house and shot her mans too. And then didn't even, the police officer that was that was, you know, questioned and, supposed to have charges pressed on him. He didn't even have charges pressed on him for killing her. He had charges pressed on him for firing shots into the wall or into the home. So
Hmm.
that just goes to show, like, it's a purge on black people right now. And we got to understand, like, is we going to continue to fight ourselves, or are we going to continue to, be a black Christian and a part of the Nation of Islam and a part of the NFAC and a New
Yeah.
Wahabi and Blood and the Crip? Is we gonna continue to be all these little things that separate us, or is we gonna put that on the back burner real quick and talk about what's really going on? And what's really going on is, our inability to unite as a people in this country is going to be our downfall. You've had Malcolm X, you've had all these great people talk about, look, black people, y'all need to unite. Look, Malcolm X went all the way to the Organization of African Union, or the Organization of African Unity, and he went over there and had a whole speech talking about, look, our problems here in America are the problems of yours too in Africa, because if black people in America are getting their asses beat, if black people in America is broke, if black people in America is being massively incarcerated, it's gonna happen to you next. And that's just 100. That's just real. And you see right now what's going on in Africa, coups after coups, assassinations. You seeing, for instance, Mali, country, shout out to Mali. They just had a little revolution and they deposed the president. So it's gonna be a new president. It's a new prime minister, you know. But you seeing black nations fighting for independence, fighting for, better economic rights, fighting for, the right to just be free, the right to practice Pan Africanism, the right to fucking travel across the continent of Africa. And you seeing black people here in America, we struggling to survive. You feel me?
That's
Then
my whole thing. So here's my fucking problem with that, right? So you mean to tell me that niggas in Africa, you know what I'm saying? As much as they probably even they let's just say this, as much as they probably maybe hate each other, whether if they're rivals or not, but when it comes down to them having to get together, you know what I'm saying, and really just, you know what? Nah, that nigga, our leader, he tripping.
he
You
got
know
go.
what I'm saying? My ops is not even my ops no more in that regard. If I'm African, because he's African, he's like my brother. Nah, hell no, get this nigga out of here. So we all going. This is what we have a problem in America. We already been psychologically just been like, you know what? We was separated, the house nigga versus the field nigga. Already. That was
Right.
already divide within our people without even knowing it
Mm-hmm.
psychologically. You know what I'm saying? It just got to a point to where it's like, oh, okay, since we all dark skinned, we was in them fields. But we see a light skinned nigga all of a sudden like, oh nah, that nigga was in the house kid. Like, that nigga can't got all that.
I
Nah,
think
bro, like it's just like we shouldn't be. That's the mindset that we've been really programmed on, and it really ties into our politics and what Black America is today. We
right.
always try to have our culture be fit in and accepted by some people. Then when other people from other cultures like take our culture, but don't give us credit for the shit. And then when we say something about it, we bitching and we doing all this. It's always been a historical thing where, all right, we bitched about slavery. All right, we got emancipated but not free. All right, that's one. Then number two, we had our equal rights thing going on, right? Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Nation of Islam was a part of that. Whether if you want to say that they killed him or not, which is completely false. Thank you very much. Our own government did that, but another story for another day.
And I
And
just want to speak on that real quick. At the time, At the time, Malcolm X was assassinated in 1964. It's very important to understand what was going on at that time
All right,
because, you know, the
65.
media, 65, my apologies. The media wants to make it look like everybody was tripping, but from what I've read and from what I'm putting together, and I'm gonna write something and put it out to our people. America went through a motherfucking civil war in the 60s. You gotta imagine. Kwame Nkrumah, the first president of Ghana, gets their independence in 1957. Malcolm X travels to Africa, and then he when he comes back, he leaves the Nation of Islam and creates the Organization of Afro American Unity, the OOAU. You feel me? The OAU was the brother or sisterly, how could I say that? Not corporation, but entity to the Organization of African Unity. So when he came to Africa, he said, "Man, I'm seeing these Africans. They organize themselves." So this
Mm-hmm.
man said, "All right, I'm going back to America to organize these black people because we a nation." And then you notice that when he comes back and he starts practicing this, you know,
Mm-hmm.
he's
Mm-hmm.
going to the UN, he's going to the OAU. He's saying, "Look, we a nation. We need to be recognized. America is violating our people's civil rights." Boom, he gets shot. After he got shot, there was a string of assassinations. Haile Selassie, you know, they deposed Kwame Nkrumah. You know, Martin Luther King got shot. Medgar Evers got shot. You know, you see the dismantling, you see the systematic dismantling of the Black Panthers. But let me say that in English. Basically, the government, the FBI, the CIA was targeting the Black Panthers. They was targeting everybody that was black, and they were using governmental agencies to wiretap our people's phones. They was using governmental agencies to get massive amounts of funds to go into organizations and plant people there to destabilize the organization. So what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying is you know, they been spying on us. They been going through all of our shit, and they been, you know, the forces that unite us are intrinsic. They're the things that unite us are way more greater than the things that divide us. And it's just important because if Black America is divided and we, you know, had our own political party, which led to the founding of our own African Republic, you know, we would have direct links, direct trade, direct foreign assistance from all 56 African nations. So what that looks like is African nations, we don't want to buy the food that white Americans producing. We're only gonna buy food from Black American companies. You know what that would do to the economics of Black America? That would put us in
Real
a
though.
to finance our revolution. You will have foreign governments saying, okay, we're going to subsidize Black American businesses because we don't want to have ties to white minority owned or controlled corporations. These same
Period.
corporations who are abusing and misusing and, you know, taking the funds from Black Americans and not, you know, putting it right back in there. If we were able to unite, if we were able to get all Black people in America to unite, and then we were able to tie ourselves, you know, politically and diplomatically to Africa, it ain't no just go back to Africa after that. It's Africans coming to America and Americans going to Africa, trade all the resources that are in Africa. We would be the ones going to Africa to help industrialize these countries, to help exploit those resources. When I say exploit, I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean if y'all have some gold ore, we got the company to turn the gold ore into a gold brick. So that's why we need to do business because in Africa, y'all got the resources, but we got the know-how. But the white people, the Democrats and the Republicans, they know this shit because they're in cahoots with European governments. They're giving contracts to European governments to come here and work for them, giving all the money to them, but not allowing us to get our shit together and get organized so that we can go to, you know, the president of Nana Akufo-Addo, the president of Ghana, and say, yo, we got some Black Americans here who want to come here and look for cocoa and gold. We got a corporation, give us the contract and let us get in there and do that. They don't want that to happen. They don't want us to know that there's too much money to be made in our unity. You feel me? Marcus Garvey was one of the first people who seen that shit. Why he declared himself the president of Africa. He said, yo, we need to go back to Africa. Shit. And it's just important, you know, it's important, you know, it's just important we come together. Every 4 years, they do everything to divide us and let us know, like, yo, Democrat, Republican. But in reality, the Democrats and Republicans is two sides of the same coin. And that leads me to my next topic. Shout out to the motherfucking NFAC, because this is a group of black men, group of black women who is armed, who got guns, who got armor, who got weapons. And they pulling up on every state where racism is happening, where white supremacy is strong. They pulling up to face white supremacy. And whenever you see them pull up, these motherfucking white people, these white supremacists, these police, they stand right back because they understand we are a powerful people. They understand that it's time's up. They understand that, yo, these niggas is not going for this shit no more. But at the same time, Mally Mal, what you think? What you think about the NFAC and all the work that Grandmaster Jay is doing?
So right now, just doing my research on them because they're kind of half new, but not old to me necessarily.
The
So,
fourth largest militia, all black militia in the United States. I just want to throw that in there.
so that's the fourth, right? So obviously there's three more, but we're not gonna do all that. Just gonna go and talk about them. My research about them is that the fact that they just are just straight nose, just down to the business about our people. You know what I mean? Um, Not only that he's a African American, like us, you know what I'm saying, like yourself, my boy Nation. He actually knows his rights. That's the whole thing about whatever state that you're in. You have to know the role, have to know the law, you have to know this, you have to know that. You are a national organization, by the way. So they're nationally recognized. It's not like they're just local and they're just like, oh yeah, we're just here. No, they're nationally recognized. That's why they're very threatening because they're all black group. We already threatening, and then we know our rights and we have guns. So, due to the fact that my research on them is fucking great. Like I don't see a problem with what they're doing. I don't see anything that they're doing is not provoking anything. They're not like Antifa or all these other terrorist groups trying to shoot up everything. And no, they are for their people. Breonna Taylor was murdered, period, point blank, period, no matter how you look at it. He had every right to go down there to Lafayette and go crazy, and he's going to do it again.
He's gonna be there on the 3rd.
So he's going to be there on the 3rd, and he's going to let people know that this shit is not going to keep happening. We will defend ourselves before any of our brothers and sisters get killed. That's what I take from him every time.
Now let me ask you this. He says that black people are a nation, and America either needs to cough up 4 or 5 states, or they need to let us go to Africa. What you think about that?
And say that again. My bad. I'm sorry.
Grandmaster Jane and NFAC say that African Americans here in this nation, we are our own nation. We are a nation within a nation. And we either need to be given the land so that we can peacefully coexist with, all these other ethnicities and nationalities,
Mm-hmm.
or we need to be given safe passage to Africa. What you think about that, bro?
Actually, you know what? That's actually a good thing that he brought that up because here's what I say to this: it's more. I'm more so on the side of of course, going to Africa. But my thing is, with here is concerned, is that the fact that we never got our 40 acres and a mule. That's my whole thing. Because when we were emancipated, quote unquote, we were supposed to be blessed with 40 acres and a mule.
Every
Where
African American that was supposed to be slave was supposed to get 40 acres in the moon.
where is the 40 acres at? Fuck the
You
mule.
know, you know what that
Fuck
looks
the
like?
mule. So what does that look like?
That
What does
looks
40
like
acres look like?
that looks like Louisiana. Uh, that looks like Louisiana, Memphis, Alabama, South Carolina, and Georgia.
So let's literally like think about this right now. So you mean to tell me how big is 40 acres,
Well,
right?
plus every African American that was slaved at that time. So you got to
So
imagine.
40 acres equals up to 1,742,400 square feet. So it's pretty much like
There's about 3
almost
million
damn near.
slaves.
It would almost damn near be like a equivalent to almost a football field.
Oh yeah, no 1 acre. 1 acre specifically is a football field. Like if
So
you
you
get
mean to
one
tell me
acre,
40 acres?
40 fucking football fields times all the slaves, bro. That's what I'm saying. We and then not, but let's not even do it like that because that was like 100 and some years ago. Let's just say it like this. Let's just say it like this. We make
Hmm.
up 15% of this motherfucking nation, right? It's
Right.
52 states, right? 15%, if I'm correct, that's 5 states. Actually, I'm sorry, that's 7 or 8 states. So if we really was on some shit, we could take 7 or 8 states and legally be like, motherfucker, this is our shit because y'all haven't given us what we need so that we could function. They don't give us a national, they don't let us teach our own curriculum. They give us a bastardized version of history. So it's up to us now to,
Mhm.
do what we need to do. That's why I agree with the NFAC. Like either give us what we need, give us the land, you feel me? Or let us go to Africa. But they not gonna let us go regardless of what you think, bro, because regardless of what like regardless of everybody think, man, we are the biggest fucking spenders in America. If we ain't here, everybody goes broke. If we not here, first of all, let's not even talk about money. Let's just talk about culture. We made America what it is today in terms of culture. And turn all these black people you see dancing, singing. You got white kids out here singing this music. You got white kids out here dancing like us now. So what I'm trying to
Hmm.
tell you is we not like look, when Martin Luther King took that bullet to his head, bro, that motherfucker basically was he sacrificed himself so that we could eat with another motherfucker that don't look like us. When we had our own buildings and shit, they used that shit as a pretext to just, integrate us into their society. But you saw Martin Luther King days before he got shot. He was saying, "I think I've integrated my people into a burning house." Because what the fuck is the point of going into a restaurant and eating with the white man or sitting down with the white man if we don't own or control anything in the restaurant? Shit, we don't even own the chairs in the restaurant.
Nope.
You heard about a couple months ago that black man was in Starbucks and the police came in there and removed him. We don't own shit. So I could just argue that Martin Luther King's dream never came into fruition. And with that said, since his dream never came into fruition, who what do we do? What do we do? We got a young man, Grandmaster Jay Young, got a young man, a leader out here trying to galvanize us and tell us that we need to stand up and get together and get armed. That we need to have a NFAC in every city where there's a black community. I agree because in the event that these people flip that switch and they decide that they're gonna purge and they decide that they want to take it
Mhm.
back to 1840 motherfucking seven, we gotta be armed and we gotta be ready.
And we
See,
have that right. It's in our constitutional right to
oh
bear
yeah,
fucking arms. We have
yeah,
that right.
you got to think about it though. But at the same time, why everybody is stressing, they see these black men with guns and they hot because at the same time that the Constitution was written, we were still slaves. So our
Fact.
ancestors were still. So when you see so back in the day when you would see a black man with a gun, you had the white people in the whole city will mob up because they'll be like, oh shit, it's a nigga with a gun. Now, you know, they see black men and women with guns, they don't know what to do because legally we could do whatever y'all could do. We could have ARs, bazookas, rifles. We could have it all. So now, what I would love to see from the NFAC is, I would love to see them, take those next steps of, either A, getting political or, you know, getting more revolutionary and getting black people that land because honestly wars could be fired without a single shot, bro. The Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi, shout out to Gaddafi, Hillary Clinton and them went in there and got my dog, but Muammar Gaddafi, he led a bloodless coup in Libya and he took over the country. you know Mali recently, they just had a coup and they deposed their president. Not one person was killed. So what I'm trying to tell y'all is we need to restore or we need to, authorize a national black authority. We need to have something in this world or in this country that's, looking after black people, our property, protecting our rights, protecting our property, making sure these people ain't in these prisons, mistreating us, making sure people is making sure our rights is being validated and not violated. You feel me? What you think about that?
Mm. Please reiterate that question because I'm really trying to take all that in because that shit's
Oh,
crazy.
it was more like a little spiel, but shit. Now I believe that we need a national black authority in this country that is that is similar to the United States government, but we need a government that will protect the property, protect the rights, and protect Black Americans from racist white people. Not even just racist white people, because there's racist
Hmm.
Mexicans out here too. There's racist Asians out here too. But why
Hmm.
can the Asians and the Mexicans, you go to San Bernardino, I'm sorry, if you go to San Diego, you go to Escondido, everybody speaks Spanish. All the buildings is owned by the Mexicans or white.
Hmm.
Why can't we have an area in the United States where all the businesses, all the politics, all the schools, all the banks, the hospitals, those things that I just named, why can't we have, a fully functioning black community with a bank, a supermarket, a judge, a DA,
Hmm.
everything
Hmm.
controlled by black people? Why can't we have that shit?
There's a reason. There's always a reason for everything. When I reiterated on the very first podcast episode that we don't know how to really unite like that yet. It's starting to get to a point to where we are now. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's a thing called slowly but surely. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's slowly happening, but we still got these other, agents, so to speak, these agent Smiths, these agents that come around in the matrix, fuck up the code. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to these people fucking up the code gets all mixed up in the matrix, and it gets to a point to where it's like, oh shit, like damn, we still got work to do because we can't even come together because these agents, these numbnucks, these rappers and entertainers that are in the black entertainment business, such as Diddy, such as Jay-Z.
Did he talk about he's gonna hold the vote, or he's gonna something with the black vote. But let me ask you, like, where in the Asian community do you see an Asian rapper as the powerhouse in politics? Why is it that in only the black community, why is it that we have, rappers and entertainers basically who are trying to claim that they can control the black vote, or that they
Right.
control anything in regards to politics in our community? You don't see that in white America, and you don't see that in Asian America, and you damn sure don't see that shit in Mexican America. You don't see no comedians, actors, rappers, or anything that are influencing politics. But in our community, because there's a lack of organization, anybody could come up and say anything about the black vote
And
because
that's the problem right there. Instead of just having we fuck a one spokesman. Everybody should be saying the exact same shit. You know why white people, Asians, and all these Mexicans get together and unite? Because they all say the same shit at the same time. There's no specific leader. Because if you want to think about it, we are all leaders. Yeah, of course, all of us can't lead, and we all know that. We got to follow to lead sometimes, and then we got to lead to follow. We always know that. But my thing is this: you can't sit there and have this person be like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna do this," and then this person do the other opposite thing. You got to just do this. You got to coexist. It's like we don't know how to coexist as a whole community to be in a community. We're going to take Chicago, for example, no matter what type of agents they are in there, that is a very crazy ass place to live in certain areas. Because literally you get shot in broad daylight. And then it's like, what the fuck?
but see what's going on too is we're we're fucking functioning in state politics. We're not functioning in the politics of empire. We're not functioning in the politics of a community or the politics of a country. And because of that, you have people like for Chicago, for instance, bro. I know some people in Chicago, bro. And contrary to what everybody thinks, the Chicagoans that are black are very easily united, and they are
Yeah,
very
they're
united.
people as fuck.
They all know each other, bro. This family know that family, and they all on different blocks, and they all grew up there, and they've been there for 30, 40 fucking years. But
But
you
speak
got
about
right,
the agents that are being planted in there to
right
fuck
now.
up Chicago.
If it's no jobs in Chicago, right, and a white dude, any dude, a cartel, or anybody comes in with pounds of marijuana and gets a black man off the street and says, "We know you're not working and we know you need some bread," and they give you this, you gonna sell that shit because that's just because the music is in your brain telling you that it's okay to sell drugs to your community. You
Mm-hmm.
got motherfucker, you got a family that you gotta feed, and you got niggas that's under you and around you that's egging you on to sell those drugs to your community and guns, mind you. But we not
Mm-hmm.
producing none of that. So those things, guns and drugs and the lack of jobs and you know, radical police forces everywhere, you feel me? Those are the four things that you need to destabilize the black community: guns,
Mm-hmm.
drugs, police everywhere, and lack of fucking jobs. Because when a man don't have a job, give him something to do, he gonna do that shit. And that's what I feel like is going on. I was watching, if you Nick Cannon, he just had a interview on a Cannon class with a white man that was saying there's white men going into Chicago dropping off guns. Literally, he seen a man walk up and give a sack of guns to a black man and say, "Defend yourself." So you gonna come into my community and give me a weapon of mass destruction, but you're not gonna come in here and give me the tools to clean the fucking water. You're not gonna come in here to give me the tools or give me some fucking foreign invest. Give me some
Flint,
investment.
Michigan.
Flip, man, they still don't got clean water. You feel me? But they got guns though. But they got weed though.
You got guns, you got all that, but the essentials that you really need: clean water, food, blankets, roof over your head. What? That's wild.
Hella.
That's wild. You mean to tell me that we got all this unity in our heart? We're just gonna say it in our heart because it's there, but we can't express it out because apparently the man, the white man in particular, gave us something that we never even produced in our entire life. Even the white man himself, his European ancestors barely even created that gun, dog. You mean to tell me the faux pistol, the AR-15? Yeah, there are American rifles, but we didn't create none of that.
Hey, look, but it's crazy because that's history right there. So for all the people who don't understand how these Europeans did it, when they fucking first came out of Europe, you know what they came with? Guns. And when they got to the coast of Africa, they found the Ashanti
Mm-hmm.
fighting this group. I don't know another group. I'm just saying the Ashanti was fighting the Kosa, so they gonna give the Ashanti guns against the Kosa. The Kosa don't have guns. They still operating off spears and bows and I'm not saying they were primitive, but that was the height of warfare technology at the time. And then you have a
Mm-hmm.
group of people who come with not just guns, drugs, bro. They came with drugs. Every fucking community that the Portuguese went to, because the Portuguese are white people, regardless of what you
Facts.
say. Just
Facts.
because there's a Mexican or a Brazilian speaking Portuguese and they skin look like mine, that doesn't take away from the fact that all Portuguese, they hail from Portugal, and that's in Europe, next to Spain and the
Mm-hmm.
Iberian
All
Peninsula.
that. All that.
So,
All that.
so
Yep.
these
Yep.
white people went and they gave guns and drugs to every group of people. They got, and when I say drug, it go like flour is a drug. If you think about white flour is a drug, because if you was in Africa and you didn't even know about flour and you was eating off the land and your people was growing shit and they come and some people come in here and tell you don't eat that. Here, take this flour, bake some bread, take these guns, kill your enemies. We want your enemies as slaves. You feel me? And we gonna transport them over there. You don't got to deal with them. Take their land. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? That is warfare. And this is what they practicing on us modern day today. But the fact that we don't know that shit, the fact that we don't know that history repeats itself, it's one of them things where we just where we just repeat that shit.
Tell my cousin get the fuck out of the way. I know that was her.
Thank you for I'm trying to come over here so you can say what's up.
I already
Man, but
knew
that's
that. I
real.
already knew she was gonna pop up with that shit. But that's my whole thing, though. It's like you mean to tell, like, bro, and this is like, oh my god. The only reason why I'm like kind of like stuttering, but like not stuttering, is because of the fact that you know how much shit that has been happening like that for fucking ages.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first gun, the musket was built in what, in the 1700s or something.
Man,
What?
war, fair.
No, I was
killing
saying what,
everybody.
but I was saying what, but I was saying it in a weird way. I was like, what the
That
fuck?
was what? It's 2020, so in the 1700s, 300 years ago.
So you mean to tell like you can't sit there and say like, oh yeah, war is not gonna happen. Duh. If you don't unite and look at the truer enemy, you stupid. And I'm gonna go on a disclaimer. Not all white people are bad. So all the white people that are for our cause and they actually help us out and actually know the truth about our history, I fuck with y'all, Black Power. But
Everything.
as far as all the ignorant ones and all that shit, including our people that don't know your true roots of history, and you want to think that you're supposed to be a slave and you're supposed to thank the white man, you shut the fuck up. It's not for you.
That's what I was gonna say.
Fuck out of here with all that other weird shit. You mean to tell me that we can't unite, whether if you're a Republican or Democrat? Bitch ass nigga, I'm a black Republican, you're a black Democrat. We're both black. So
And
what?
look, our interest should be first and foremost, our interest should be to our people. Our interest should be to our people. We shouldn't say we look. I'm running for Congress when I turn 25, and when I get into the House of Representatives, these motherfuckers can't have me vote on no shit that's gonna affect the black community in a negative way. So the black caucus, black people that are in Congress that we put in Congress, they voted for the crime bill that Joe Biden authored that's seen our brothers and sisters massively incarcerated. So you got
Mm-hmm.
black people. What's that saying? All skin folk ain't kinfolk.
And kinfolk, man,
They
that's
all
fact.
need reform. They all need reform, bro. All these groups need reform, bro. The Black Caucus need reform, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Black Christians need reform. Every religious group in America needs reform because if you think that you can join a group and then be that group ain't gonna just being what that is, just not gonna save you. Not gonna save you
Exactly.
from what these people. Because when you in the car, if you a part of the Nation of Islam and you in the truck driving, they're not gonna see that you're a part of the NOI. They're gonna see your black skin. If you're a black Christian,
Mm-hmm.
they don't care about your belief in God. They don't care because the same God that you believe in is the same God that's giving them the strength to pull you over. So what I'm saying is our allegiances should be first and foremost to our people, and
Mm-hmm.
our inability to do that, history gonna repeat itself, bro.
Exactly.
They're gonna keep coming with something new, so that we start killing ourselves, and that's just how history. So you're gonna have those people who's talking about black people sold black people into slavery. Well, motherfuckers, y'all created the demand for it. But we wasn't globally slaving. There wasn't no global black African slavery holocaust. We the only group of people in the world, bro, that don't have that stain on our record, bro. We can't say we globally enforced slavery. We're the only
Cause
group.
we got that enforced on ourselves. We was good, bro. How the fuck? How do you feel if you was in Africa? You was chilling. You was,
Around naked.
wait. And then you come out of nowhere, and then, oh shit, what the fuck? I'm on a ship now, nigga. I was just chilling like a couple days ago.
Man, and look, they wasn't just taking. Look, they didn't just go into Africa, bro. Back in the day, they didn't just go into Africa and take your average black man walking. They took the architects, they took the engineers, they took
They took
printers, they took
everything.
everyone. It was
Kuta
like, oh,
Kente
they
was a
got him.
real dude. He was actually, what was he before then? He was like
He was a part of a tribe.
he was part of a tribe, and he actually knew how to build spears and shit. That's what they got him for. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is real. It's not fake. Whatever you want to, everybody watched the movie, but that story is real. So as far as in our history is concerned, South Africa has already been whitewashed. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? Some
South
of them
Africa South Africa is controlled by its minority group of Europeans, white people. So there's a minority
it's
group
apartheid going on right now. Like
still to this day. But the
to this
same thing
day.
that's going on in South Africa is happening here in America, bro. The same thing. But because we not talking to the South Africans and comparing and contrasting what's going on, it's just
And
like,
it's
oh,
illegal out there. It's legal. It's not legal here, but it's legal out there. It's
they're
an actual
legally
law that if you are mixed breed, so aka Trevor Noah couldn't walk with his dad because he was white. So he had to only walk with his mom, and he had to walk across the street waving and shit. That's the most fucked up thing for any child to go through. I appreciate shout out to Trevor Noah in the first place, but even going through that and then coming to America and just started to have his own shit cracking out here. I applaud you, my brother, because I
Man.
swear I would have murked him. I would have been murked.
Well, what people ain't explaining to and why it's important, bro. Like I'm on for my my biracial brothers and sisters. I feel like if you have a parent that's African and you got that blood flowing through your veins, you African. But a lot of the times what we don't realize is, shout out to Tone Talks, shout out to Yvette Carnell for this
Mm-hmm.
information. A lot of these people, if you like Obama, for instance, his mom had a PhD and his mom, he was living a different type of life from
Mm-hmm.
your average Black American.
That's a
Who,
fact.
you feel me? You got white grandparents. You feel me? You got a
That's a
white
fact.
mom. You feel me? So that means like you're not struggling how we struggling. You ain't never dealt with some of the shit
Mm-hmm.
we dealt with. You got people who are attached to boomers, baby boomers. You feel me? Who have a lot of money. Black people too, and they're in a different economic social position than us. So these are the what they would term the bourgeoisie of our community, the people
Right.
who, they're doing good in America. So since they're doing good in America, they don't want to change America,
They don't
bro.
want to change it, or they don't want to look back. And look, like I said, shout out to Diddy, and I understand, you know what I'm saying, you only revolt and all that other good stuff, but we need more, brother. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just saying just from you, but it's Jay-Z out here. There's, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna count DJ Khaled since you want to be a part of the culture so much. We got Drake out here, you know what I'm saying? It's literally like it's too many like powerful black entities that are in the entertainment business alone that can literally buy a whole shit ton of land right now. Like literally can put 500K up each between five mother. You mean to tell me 500 times? What's 500 times five?
500
Five
times
hundred
five,
thousand times five, right? So you do that.
five
That's
times five.
two. That's 2.5 million, bruh. You know what I'm saying? $2,500,000. So you mean to tell me that if we can't do that, so you put a million between five people, $5 million. You mean to tell me that we can't get at least a 40-acre
Bro, they
land and
can
some
do
and
it.
some
They
change?
can. They could do it. Look, bro. Look. Can I share my screen on this? Look, we about to
Yeah,
see
go
some
ahead and
shit
share your
right
screen.
now.
I think you can
You know,
share your screen. Yeah.
share some screen real quick.
I believe
Chrome
you can.
test. I don't know.
I think you should be able to share your screen.
Is it sharing?
Yeah, let me add it to this. Let me add it to the stream. Bam. Go ahead.
All
You
right.
all right
So
with it?
we're gonna go.
Oh, let me switch this up a little bit. Oh, that's my bad. Okay, that's you. So whenever you want me to zoom in, I'll just, click off of us and then, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, go ahead.
What was that number that you just put up? You said 2.5 million. Let's just say a million. You see my screen?
Yeah, I see your screen.
And how many acres we talking, bro?
Shit.
Let's say 400.
Yeah, do that. Do that. And just look and just, you know what I'm saying? Cause it's like it's getting wild out here. You feel me? Like
I'm saying
that is
500. So the minimum price, we're gonna say like minimum 100,000
yeah,
to
just
a million.
100,000 to a million. You know what I'm saying? And just search that up and see what's
500
cracking.
acres. Look, this is in Vermont. This right here. This is in Texas right here.
That's in Benjamin, Texas. That's why look at that. Another one, Landry, Texas.
Look at
All
this
that
land
look at all that
here.
land right there, bruh.
Look at that. We got deer on the land, and this is look at this. We could develop this.
Look at that.
It's a water. We could. That's 500 acres right there, bro.
That's 500 acres. You mean to tell me that we can't build a community right
Hey,
there
but look
in
how much.
Benjamin?
Look, 500,000 for 500 acres, bro. That's not even a million, bro. That's not even a million.
Wow. So you mean tell me that one rich nigga can literally buy that right now?
Literally, bro. We could buy that right now. Let
That
me
is
figure
so
out how
wild. That's so wild to me, bruh.
I don't know
That's
how to get off of Okay,
and
boom.
I know how to, yeah. Yeah, you good now.
There it is.
But that's my thing though. Like that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
So look,
what?
look. If 500 black people came together and put $1,000 in, we could buy it. We could buy that, bro. You feel me? So what's going on is they not explaining to us how to be free. They're not explaining
You
to us
gotta
what
buy the land, my nigga. Whatever land is not owned, and every wiper, the government doesn't own every piece of the land. People don't understand that. Everybody thinks like, oh, we own this country already, and they already. Yeah, we cover every landscape and every aspect of that. You just seen, y'all just seen this shit, right?
500 acres for $500,000.
In Benjamin,
Come on, man.
Texas, 600, almost 600K in Yuma for the same amount of acres.
So what's
War
going? Why is it
is
that?
going on with us.
So look, if a black person, let's just say 10 black people making $20,000 a year, that's below the poverty line though. So you could take poor black motherfuckers. What was that? 500,000? Was
Yeah,
it 500,000?
500,000, bro.
500,000, bro.
Well,
Yeah,
technically 579,000, and
see
you
that
know.
shit. Let me just look one more time. So it's $508,000 for 568 acres. That looks like 500 black people paying $1,000, bro. And we could do that over a year. And we could get 500 people to pay $1,000. We could go buy some acres. And then we would need an extra million to renovate it and put some homes on it, some tents. Shit. I'll start from the bottom. Look, I'll sleep in the tent. I'll start from the bottom if we talking about building a nation.
Oh, fuck all that, nigga. We building them cinder block homes, nigga. For the
Container homes.
tornadoes and all that. What?
Yeah, we coming with container homes and it all, bro.
It's
So
just
that's
a
the
whole
problem.
community, you know what I'm saying? We gotta, you know what I'm saying, depending on where we at, we gotta watch out for the weather. But that's what God has planned for us. If we think that we can take a chance in some type of area that possibly can be, that type of weather, we already know how to do. You mean to tell me that we always publicize these black entertainers, rappers, actors, whatever the case may be, singers, actors, but what about our black engineers? What about our scientists? What about our doctors? What about our biochemists? What about these motherfuckers?
About,
What about our lawyers?
about
What about
everybody unemployed. Let's give everybody a job then. Shoot,
let's
we
get
got 500.
everybody a job.
We get 500 acres, bro. You know what we gonna need? We gonna need a courthouse because it's gonna be people on the land that's acting stupid. So all them black lawyers, all them black public officials,
Judges. We have
judges,
black
we
judges,
need y'all.
bruh. And we have a federal judge that's black now, too.
So what do you think? With that being said, bro, you seen that how cheap the land was. Why why ain't we making moves? Like we got to get this information to the NFAC, bro. That's what we gonna do. We gonna get that
That's
information to the
we're not
NFAC.
getting it. This information is not broadcasted to the people that actually want to fucking do this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. You feel me? Like if the information by certain people are actually watching this shit, you know what I'm saying? Be like, oh, okay, well, you know what? I got an idea. Since I watched these two niggas, I believe I need to do this because of this. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I always gonna keep bringing up Derek Grace. What the fuck? This
Great
nigga
man.
he just bought some shit in a property in fucking, I think it was in Florida. You know what I'm saying? In his hometown, he's making his own community crap right now. You know what I'm saying? Because he was like, you know what? I
They
had a
buying the whole
CIA,
community.
I had a CIA dad. He gave me the game. Why
Not
am I
CIA.
not
I
here?
think it was Secret Service.
Secret Service, shit, same shit.
Same thing, bro. Shit, it's a secret.
It's the secret. CIA is secret, just like the Secret Service. No matter what, he was Secret Service does CIA shit.
Mhm.
So well, my bad, Derek. Secret Service dad, ex Secret Service. My dad, even my late dad was stationed at the White House protecting the president back in the day. You think I ain't? That's why I'm always on that type of level with military people, and particularly that nigga in particular because he know the game. He like, hold on,
Yeah.
we're going through all this. Like we literally just saw two old ass uncles just fight just now last night.
Mm.
So now what we gonna do?
Uncle John, Uncle Trump.
So you mean to tell me that we gonna just sit here and be like, damn, so we voting these niggas in?
Right. That's what they want us to do.
So we have no. So when it come down to us voting, when we come down to election day or whatever, or if people are voting early, you know what I'm saying,
Hey,
right?
I
Via
feel
mail,
like
all that. It's like, what the fuck? Who are we really gonna vote for? We gonna vote for these two niggas? Who else is on the ballot, by the way? You know what I'm saying? Do we, is it
nobody.
just them two? So we gotta pick. I remember last year's I had an option to pick between Trump, Hillary Clinton, Gary Johnson, which was definitely and if nobody doesn't know about Gary Johnson, I'm gonna give you a quick, you know what I'm saying, history lesson on my guy. Because a lot of people didn't see his name on the what's it called?
On the ballot.
On the ballot. Because he was actually, you know what I'm saying? This is a history lesson. Governor of New Mexico, by the
Ooh,
way.
okay.
So he's the government of what's it called? So my thing is, he had, and I believe he was a part of. I don't know if he was a part of. So he was the nomination for the Libertarian Party. So historically, the Party is what? It's a party that was conceived in August of 1971. You know what I'm saying? And it was what? Who is really like funding this shit, right? So we don't have a particular necessarily party that's associated with this, not Republican nor Democrat. They're libertarian is liberated, free to do
Liberal.
whatever the fuck
You
they
want to do.
want. So Gary Johnson not only had way better policies than Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, he was also going to legalize weed just to just be like, bruh, we might as well just legalize it. And he was going to let the states and local governments still regulate
They
it.
wasn't.
So they
They
didn't have
wasn't
to
gonna
go.
let him. They wasn't
That's
gonna let
why
him.
they didn't vote him or Bernie in.
If you vote, you legalize marijuana. You know what the fuck you gotta do? You gotta free all the black men and women that you locked up for having less than a gram on them, for having an ounce on them. You feel me? That's a lot of people, bro. That's a couple thousand people. You feel me?
That's what
And then
I'm
you gotta
saying. And
you gotta pay those
this
people.
nigga was trying to promote the welfare state. You know what I'm saying? He was really trying to really create a welfare state. And it's like weird because it was
Wait,
like,
wait, wait. Johnson was or
no, it was Johnson. But
he
not in
trying to
that
create the welfare
not
state.
in that welfare in the sense of we need to be on welfare. You know what I'm saying? It was
Oh, he
more
was just trying
so
to subsidize. Okay.
subsidize, you know what I'm saying? Just make it like, all right, it has to be equal, you know what I'm saying, to us. It was like he was trying to, if you're gonna my thing is America is always it's not a one trick pony. We always want to do this and then we all of a sudden we're gonna do that. So why
Right.
not form all this this like it's like a distinctive combination between, I would say, democracy, welfare, and capitalism, right? So you mix all three of those together, you damn near are almost gonna have a perfect nation. And with a few,
You talking that stuff Andrew Yang was talking. Give everybody like $2,000 a month, and then I'll let you understand that because if
But I
everybody
mean,
had
like no, I mean, honestly, it's like this though, bro. It's like I don't want people giving us money then throwing it back in our face. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that type of person. So if Andrew Yang, Gary Johnson, and others alike were going to do that, then fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's for the people, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're people. You're a human being. You just become a governor of New Mexico or wherever the fuck now, and just become out of nowhere and just be like, you know what? I'm gonna just do that, and then I'm gonna just switch up and be like, nah, fuck y'all. I gave y'all 2,000 a month. Y'all gonna do me like this? I'm gonna take like this ain't high school. This you're not our fucking parents, nigga. You trying to create the betterment for our people, and
well
then that's just
that
what it is, bro.
it sounds like that's like their attempt at wealth distribution. Because mind you, all these people stole all the wealth. You feel me? The government helped them do it, and a lot of the
Exactly.
people
So
that are
give
in
our shit
power,
back to us. It's
right?
my thing.
A lot of the people that's in power, the governors and all, they money that they stole is funding the campaigns and shit. So they got a type of wealth that even if everybody stops working, they still gonna be good because they have a different type of wealth. They got old school, they got old money. You feel me? So it
Mm-hmm.
sounds to me like, yeah, we know that these people eventually they're gonna come back and want this and want wealth redistribution. So let's try to just give them this real quick. Nah, bro, I agree with you on that. We don't want that. We want to control our community because, bro, when Black Wall Street controlled Black Wall Street, they was generating so much money and there wasn't no unemployment. You feel me? So we could do that again. We don't need the federal government to come in and say, "Here's $2,000." Mind you, if they give us this money, right? Mind you, if they give us this money, you know what's gonna rise? Gas is gonna rise. Rent is gonna rise. People gonna be charging more for McChickens and shit. Motherfuckers, you see
I
what I
like, and they
mean?
just brought back the spicy McChicken, dog. I look, these fast food corporations. Whatever you want to say about them, I don't eat them as much as as people should or people does in the world. But let's just be real. $1.59. Picture that. $1.59 on the screen though. Then you tax it up to $1.80 for a. You mean to tell me I'm spending $4 just to get three McChickens? What? That's just simple, just a slap in my face of a food connoisseur than I am. So that gives us more of a reason to buy this Laker. And my own uncle grows his own greens. He grows his own all the peas, all the green beans that I've eaten at his house. He literally grew that shit in his backyard. So if we, bruh, if we, I'm tell, look, this is not new information that Mr. Riza East Islam. Shout out to you. He's been saying this. Dr. Sebi, RIP, and shout out to him, to the Most High. Nipsey, all these black prominent people, whether they're past or still here. My frat brother John Lewis that just passed, saying the exact same shit. We gotta come together regardless if we have a political party or not.
Everything, bro. And it don't just need to be in politics. It needs to be
Just in general,
general, like
in our communities.
how
You
we
mean to
coming
tell me
together
that
every
we can't go
Sunday
to
for
the
church.
streets, man? Go
Say
ahead,
it
my
again.
bad. But go ahead, my
No,
bad. Go ahead.
I'm saying how we coming together for church. We need to be coming together for each other. If we all came together once a week to find out if make sure that everybody was eating,
My
make sure
God, I'm
everybody
glad
rent
you
was
said
paid,
that shit.
we'll be good. You feel me? We all
Glad
gonna
you
be
said that. You mean to tell me, look, the gatherings at church be real. But what about
good.
outside of that? What y'all doing outside of that? Nothing. Y'all not gathering together. Y'all not going to the community. Y'all not doing
That
this.
is the guy.
My mama church
That
does
is
more
the
than
guy.
most of these other motherfuckers do. I promise you that. Food drives at their church. That's every Saturday. If not during COVID, nonetheless. My mama out there going crazy. Shout out to my mom, Queen B, ain't got nothing on her. You understand that? Out there, deacon. She wasn't even a church goer. She she found that on her own. How come we can't find that inner will in our own? And that's where I'll leave it at. Any final spree final thoughts? I'm spending my final thoughts, and this will
I
be
think
the final. This will be the final call of the end of our official live stream, third episode of our podcast. It will
man.
hopefully, if I know that the audio will be saved, is going up. So
Oh
go
yeah.
ahead, my boy, the
Come
Black
on.
Journal himself, the idealist, Damien, aka the leader, the founder of the Black Journal. My boy, go ahead and take it off with your final thoughts, man.
I want to say in closing that the forces that unite us are intrinsic and way deeper, way more beautiful than the forces that divide us. And our inability to come together is our downfall for like everybody that's African around the world. So if we could do it, then everybody could do it. That's it. Coming to
And
y'all Wednesday, Saturday, the Heat. We live now. So
so my thing is, so now based on what you said, I'm gonna leave it with this. Don't be a part of the matrix. if you become a part of the Matrix, you will get trapped. You have to be the one. You have to be Neo. You have to be Morpheus. You have to be Trinity. You have to be those people that were in Zion that unplugged because they knew that they were plugged in. Excuse my ass lips, my bad. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been talking, you feel me? And they were in Zion to their last breath. It took one man to save them all because he knew inside of himself that he was the one. Now, question to y'all, because we know we're the ones. Question to you is, are you? And that's where I'll leave it at. And this is the end of the Black Journal podcast. It's your boy Mally Mal.
Hey, you brought up your ashy lips, bro. My lips was kind of ashy too, but I'm gonna come with some some sunflower shea.
We coming at it
We
rough. We don't give a fuck about
we
how
gonna
we look.
show
We just
y'all.
come to dispute these
We gonna
facts
show
and
y'all about this with
get
the
this information to the people. That's
real
what we
talk.
doing.
We gonna
So
show y'all with
that's
the
what it is.
sunflower shea.
Exactly. So that's what it is. It's your boy Mally Mal, Damien, aka the Black Journal himself. And we out this motherfucker. Let's holler. Feel me?